Welcome to Spiritually Raw. We expose and explore controversial truths, myths, and theories surrounding the spirit world. Guests include QAnon experts, investigators, debunkers, and skeptics of the supernatural, unexplained, and flat-out unimaginable. Content discussed on this show is not necessarily the opinion of the cast of Spiritually Raw, and topics quite often are for mature audiences only. This show is not intended to replace any medical, financial, or legal advice and is for entertainment purposes only. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Hey everybody, what's going on? I know you have a show to watch, so let me get real quick into this with you. Okay, so Ascended Masters you're watching right now, browse, select, ascend. It's very easy to use. All you have to do is scroll down here. You're going to see the different categories, sessions, courses, products, entertainment, books, conscious business growth. All you do is you simply click on the category that's resonating with you or that you're in need of, and you're going to see a video directory of some of the greatest minds out there. And within 5 to 7 minutes, you'll find out who that person is, what their style is, and if they're going to help you on your journey called life. It's a very easy formula to follow right here. And also too, if you're one of those who does have a product or service that you think that will be a benefit to others and you'd like to be on Ascended Masters, our email is in the description below. It's askspirituallyraw@gmail.com. We'll set up a time to chat and see how you can make a difference in the world for people. So hope you're enjoying the site, everybody. Thanks for sharing this, and much love to you. And most importantly, enjoy the show. We'll see you next time. Hello, everybody. How are you? And welcome to Spiritually Raw. Thank you, as always, for your energy exchange with us today. And as always, we hope you woke to the most miracle morning and are also having the most fortunate day today. Yes, that is two guests we have on here. And let me tell you why. This is a conversation I've been wanting to have forever.
Forever.
Very long time.
I was going to say a very, very long time.
Well, I think it's really important, and you're going to find out why, everybody, in just a second. But before we get to our guests here and what we're going to talk about, if you haven't already, kindly hit the subscribe button. If it looks red, that means you haven't. So just hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you are connected when we get some guests here. Our featured guests today are Tara Crete. She's the host of Sacred Valley Podcast. It's on YouTube. The links will be in the description. Also, Hillis, Pugh, the host of Cosmic Insight, also Lemurian Energy Facilitator. That's pretty cool. We'll learn about that in a minute. So all their links will be in the description below. Today's topic, plant medicine. This is pretty cool. These two have experience to share with us. There's a lot of people out there, such as myself, you too, right, that really want to know what it's about. So we asked these two who have gone through this journey.
And Hillis, you're really like fresh off the journey. So
he might still be on it, it looks like. I think he's still on it, right?
He's got that glow.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, thank you both for coming on here. I know a lot of people are asking about it. There's a lot of misconceptions about it, nervousness about it, whatever that is. So we'd like to, again, you two coming on, sharing your experience is going to be super helpful for those watching and also considering this as a way for them to get connected. So as always, in the inspiration of courtesy, we go to ladies first. Tara, how are you?
Hello, Tara.
I'm happy. Nice to see you guys. Jay, you're way more excited about this topic about plant medicine than I've ever been. So I love it because you really
he definitely is.
So
yeah,
excited
you guys
about
know
it. I really want to, it's like, well, I get asked about it a lot, and people ask, they're like, hey, have you ever tried it? And what's it like? Are you going to do it? And this, and maybe after today, I might change my mind. Or they might push me over the edge. We'll see, or push you over the edge. Tara, you actually went to the depths of Peru. You went there, like you went where a lot of this stems from. Yes, like a lot of this plant medicine stems from. You actually went to that whole thing. Can you share with us, when you went there, what was the reasoning for you, number one, to try plant medicine, and number two, why go all the way to Peru? What was that? What was your whole motivator on that piece of it?
And also, did you stay in Peru for a while?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay, let's hear. I can't wait to hear this one.
Yeah, Peru captured me in a way I never knew it was going to happen.
Wow.
I went back then, this was back, my gosh, it's almost 20 years ago, which is so frightening to think about because it's so fresh in my mind, and I still reap the benefits of plant medicine. The spirit lives within me. From the moment it passes your lips, there's a plant spirit that engages with you, and it's very present. I'm sure Hillis can relate to what I'm talking about. When I went to Peru the first time back in, I think, 99 or 98, I can't remember the exact day, I had a broken heart. I had the kind of broken heart that I did not think I was going to survive from. I don't know if anyone's ever felt such a pain, and I don't wish it upon anyone, but I will tell you, it was also the greatest gift. I can say that now. At the time, I literally didn't think I was going to survive. So I had friends of mine who, I was a skydiver. I was a professional skydiver living in a trailer, jumping out of planes. And my friends were going to Peru. And I just knew viscerally when they had gone, I wanted to go, but I needed to stay where I was in Sebastian, Florida. I needed to start healing because this was a brand new, healing that I needed to start doing. And then I went to Peru to do some plant medicine in the jungle with a shaman that my friend had gone and had an experience with. And I knew viscerally it was something I had to do. And I went there in October, I believe it was of 99.
Wow. When you went there, was there, from the time you went there to actually experiencing it, was there any type of misconceptions that you were able to clear up? And what I'm asking in a sense is, like, when you went in there, did you have any preconceived notions of what this was going to be like? And then when you actually did it, was it what you thought it would be like, or was it completely different?
And was it ayahuasca or was it like mushrooms or something else?
Well, the first part of my journey, I went to the jungle, just about an hour north of Pucallpa, on a tiny little tributary of the Amazon. I lived in a tiny little village in a grass hut. It was just very rudimentary, very basic. And then when I lived in that jungle, I did ayahuasca almost every single night. So I jumped right in, like both feet first.
Whoa. How long did you live there?
I went to Peru for a month and I ended up staying almost a year. It was one of those things that captured me. Yeah, it was. I remember being in the airport in 1999. Back then you could change your flights. You could just call up like Delta or whatever and just like, I'm not coming home today. Can I come home later? And they would just let you. So I remember doing that on a payphone. And I was in the airport and I'm like, I can't leave. I'm not going. So I ended up staying a lot longer, and it changed my life. I mean, it's been amazing.
I guess so.
Jay,
did you stay in the jungle the whole year?
No, I didn't. No, I stayed in the jungle for 2 months with the Shipibo Indian tribe. And I did ceremony almost every night with the local shaman Mateo there. And after that, I left, and then I met other shaman in the area, and I went to the Andes and I did Huachuma, which is the Quechua term for San Pedro. And between the two, I kind of oscillated back and forth. And I didn't know it at the time, but it's so obvious now to look back. I was saving my life. I was healing my heart in ways that I thought I was going there just to heal my broken heart, but I went there for many more reasons that I'm so grateful for.
Covered. Do you feel like when you went there, because you did it a lot during that period, literally, is it, when you went through it, did you feel like the experience you got out of it, did you feel that proverbial, hey, this got you closer to God, source? Did you feel that? And can you describe, in the best you can, how you were perceiving things, like what was becoming more of like, okay, this is really your aha moments, if you would.
There's no way to describe ayahuasca. It's kind of like me trying to tell you what skydiving is like. I can give you a litany of adjectives and tell you, oh, it's fantastic, it's exhilarating, it's this and that. It's not the same. So being in the jungle, listening to the sounds around you, every night before ceremony, we would hang our mosquito nets because you don't want to get eaten alive during ceremony. And there was a lot of trepidation, a lot of nervousness, because doing ayahuasca, you're literally going to the depths of your own soul. And it takes some courage to kind of look in that mirror, because that's what it does. It shows you something very powerful, many, many powerful things about yourself. But as soon as I had that first experience, yes, definitely closer to God. But I was thinking about it the other day. I didn't even realize my mind expanded so much from the very first ceremony, that very first night. I remember the first images that I had, because for me, the messages come in images mostly. And the image were just roadblocks, and all the roadblocks, there was a ton of them, and they represented my life, and they all literally fell down at the same time. Wow. There was nothing, there were no roadblocks anymore. So that was my first message. And after the first ceremony, I had my head in my shaman's lap, and he was singing these ikaros, these sacred songs. And I've never felt more comfortable in a setting where I didn't know what he was saying. He was speaking mostly in Quechua. It sounds like another world, I was in an environment that wasn't known to me, but I've never felt more loved, more embraced, and more comfortable. It was beautiful.
That's incredible. Did you ever, because you did it multiple times, did you ever have a negative experience or a really frightening experience?
I sure did. Not, I think it was my third night, but I did. I think all told, I've done over 100 ceremonies between Wachuma, San Pedro, and ayahuasca. I haven't
A
counted,
little bit
but
of
I know it's been.
experience.
Yeah. So a little bit. Yeah, definitely a little bit. And like I said, I know that I wouldn't be here today if I didn't go to Peru to heal. I had much more deeper things to heal. My broken heart is what lured me there. It's what beckoned me to Peru. But there was more that needed to be done. And if without the experiences, without the plant spirit within me, I think my soul would have exited. I would have never done it consciously. I would never leave this planet on my own. I think I would have developed something. I wouldn't have been able to handle the hole in my heart that I was experiencing.
Oh.
And being in Peru filled that up in so many ways. That's why, that's where Sacred Valley came from. I did San Pedro here in these mountains and in Machu Picchu many times. It was very, very, very sacred, very special.
Very cool. Very cool. Thanks for sharing that. We're gonna get back to you on just a couple other things in a minute here. Hillis, how you doing, soul brother? You smiling?
I am awesome. I am in a space of readjusting, fine-tuning into my new space, my new environment, as I move in the life's ebb and flow. So it's beautiful, it's magnificent, it's unfolding, can be overwhelming, but if I wasn't ready, I wouldn't be doing it now.
Well, you just recently, in recent months, have had, was it your first experience with plant medicine?
Oh no, goodness no, I lost count.
Okay, cool. So tell us about, if you could, tell us what drew you there. What was your motivator to?
And where did you go?
Where did you go? What drew you to where you went to, and the reason you decided, okay, listen, I want to take part of this in my soul journey?
Well, it was about maybe 7-8 years ago. A dear friend of mine who's an energy practitioner such as myself, she came back from Peru and was telling me about her experience with plant medicine with ayahuasca. And I'm like, oh, this intrigues me. I want to try it. I want to do it. And so, long story short, ended up in a relationship with someone who was just experienced their first time. And so I was intrigued. And so my very first experience was in a yoga studio in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh.
But thereafter, it has always been in upstate New York, what if it was on somebody's private property, in a yurt, on the land, and just being in nature. I mean, don't get me wrong, my first experience was really amazing, very beautiful, and I still remember to this day. But being out in nature, nothing can compare to that, because you're connected to the earth, you're connected to the sky, you're connected to the trees, you're connected to everything. And in the sacred space that is being held for you by the shaman. And I've only sat with 3 shamans, well, 4. And each one is different. There's the Colombians who have their way, which was the first 2 shamans who I sat with, their medicine is quite different. It can be very aggressive in terms of the teaching, because the medicine is a teacher in itself.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also have the guidance and the energy of the shaman who blesses the medicine. And then after I sat with my Colombian shamans, I moved and connected with my Peruvian family, who I adore. I love them because the Peruvian medicine is such more at ease, and it's a lot gentler with you. And there's a way, because they talk about ayahuasca being grandmother energy, being the grandmother of medicines, and that's what it is. It's a grandmother. She holds you, the way that she teaches you, and the way that she guides you. But in my most recent experience, I was in upstate New York for 5 weeks, doing San Pedro, doing peyote, which is grandfather medicine, doing mushrooms and ayahuasca. And so
this is all within the 5 weeks?
Yes. And even Cambo as well.
Were you able to work during this? Or did you just take the 5 weeks off?
I actually I actually did see a couple of clients doing energy work, and it was real fascinating to work with them while I'm working on myself. So I have the intention of not working with clients, but there was a call for me to work with these particular people that I did when I was doing it. And so that experience in itself was majestic in how, the medicine was serving me, and yet I was still able to have the strength and energy to be of service to other people. Because, like Tara knows, when you're in the medicine, it's like, I don't want to do anything except, do my own work, do my own integration,
Yeah.
and just be in that cradled space.
When you went there, did you go there with the agenda of I'm going to do this for 5 weeks, or did it start out with 1 week and you're like, I'm not leaving?
Well, my sister, who is shaman's wife, my dear sister, I love her infinitely. I have the intention of going for, at least 3, maybe 4 weeks, because I've always wanted to do more than one weekend. I wanted to just, have that experience anyway with the medicine. And so during my time there, in the TP and on the land, and I will say that this space is very special to me because when I got there, manual labor is really beautiful medicine in itself because there was nothing ready. We had to prepare the land, strip down trees, take the bark off the trees, 22 different trees, get the large teepee that's old enough to hold 40 people in this space. It was very invigorating in that sense. But I digress. But during my course of me staying there, my dear friend Kelly, she had to leave the land because we had, time, to do nothing. And so when she left, she went back to go get more medicine from the Shipibo family. And this Shipibo family, how they sing to the medicine, how they care for the medicine is much different from anything else. And so she told me her story about how she got it and when she brought it back and how strong and how much different it would be from this week's. And this was the week I was planning on departing. And so she said, you can't leave now. I got the good stuff.
Right.
So I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to stay the extra week or two.
So, and Tara, the cook, that makes a big difference in the end result, doesn't it?
How you prepare the medicine?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. It's a very sacred experience.
Mhm.
I one time when I was living in Sebastian, Florida, I brought one of my shaman over from Peru to do some ceremony, and I had already purchased the cactus for him. There was a man down in Vero Beach who had a shaman garden, believe it or not. So I had the cactus prepared, and when my shaman Ruben had walked in, I hadn't seen him for about a year. He walked straight past me and he said, "What's my medicine?" He didn't want to say anything, and he literally took his rattle out. And when he saw the box, I had a box filled with cactus, and he started rattling and singing these beautiful icaros because he immediately started praying over the cactus before we even started peeling them or cutting them up. It's quite a process. And this was for Wachuma, by the way. This was for San Pedro. It's a totally different experience making ayahuasca. Ayahuasca has two different things: the chacruna leaf and the ayahuasca vine. They're two different things. I've made it in Peru. I felt honored to have been there with the shaman to, and again, it takes at least 24 hours, if not longer. And there's a lot of praying, there's a lot of singing, and it really does change the
vibration of it.
Does everybody, you hear about this, and I'm just going to kind of maybe if I can try to get a visual here for people, but when you see it, you're in a space where you have a blindfold on you, or are your eyes covered while you're having that experience? Because you seen that, or are we thinking of something else there?
Well, everyone I think is different. Because with me personally, and I think this is to everyone's personal experience, and then how the shaman guides you. Because with me, my shaman, there's aspects of the night because with him, we do what is called loosely translated as stable of the Andes. So we experience all four medicines from the Andes in the same night. And so there are moments where, you know, we have our eyes closed. There are moments where we're praying. There's moments where, you know, our eyes are wide open. There are moments where we're staring directly into the center of the altar with the fire. There's all these elements that are to it, but it's to one's intention and one's desire. And I can say that the shaman is the guide on that. But your intention, your prayer is what's most important in the guide of all of this, because if anyone gets lost off their path, it's always recommended to stay onto the fire to remember your intention to bring you back to where you were.
I was going to ask you that. Did you ever feel at any point that you literally lost your mind and you traveled too far and you felt like you couldn't get back to center?
Go ahead and take that one,
Yeah.
Tara.
Yeah, you know, that did happen to me one time. And this was actually the same visit I was just telling you about in Florida. You know, our shaman told us, whatever you do, he always gives you a little in the beginning, like what to do, what not to do. He always wants you to ask for help. You know, if there's anything going on, if you have a headache, if you have pain in your body, make sure you ask me. He said, I can't impose on your will. So I can't help you unless you ask for help. But one of the other things he would always say is, when you go into the bathroom, please do not look in the mirror.
Oh, right.
Well,
You looked in the mirror.
one time I did. I looked in the mirror, you know,
Oh,
so
no.
it was in my cute little jungle bungalow in Sebastian. And I walked in and I just got the things you start seeing. It's pretty frightening. And
What did you
I felt
see?
myself slip over to a different side. I almost felt like I was on a razor edge. Like I was really close. I could go one way or the other.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because then I remembered what he said, stop looking. And I opened the door to the bathroom and he was literally standing, waiting for me to open the door. And he said, repeat after me. I am here now. And he had to bring me back. He knew he was off somewhere and he knew that I was in danger of
Right.
going somewhere that I shouldn't be. So when I opened the door, I was so surprised to see him.
Yeah.
So thankfully, I had someone who was very in tune with what I was going through.
That's
When you
cool.
look, well, yeah, when you look in the mirror, when you looked in the mirror, what did your reflection see?
Hello, everybody. How are you? Much love to you. It's very good to see you and hang out with you. I hope you're having a fantastic day here. So let me give you some updates about what's going on with Spiritually Raw. So as you can see right here, right, a new facelift. I hope you like it. Okay, so this is the new facelift, the image of the site. So watch Evolve Ascend. It's very cool, very streamlined. Everything's broken down in very easy catalogs, playlists for you to watch whatever kind of topic you're looking for to help you on your journey called life. So let's check it out together. All right. So literally here you go, the homepage right here. You can scroll down. If you're already a member, same login and password as you normally do. If you're not, you can click right here, join now, get a 3-day free trial, check out and binge on the whole network as much as you want. I hope you like it. And I'm sure you will, but that's 3 days on us. Okay. So don't forget to check that out if you're not already. Here's some videos that are recent that we just put up there that you'll be able to check here. Now, also too, I want to go back here real quick, catalog. So this is how we've broken it down for you. Super simple and very easy playlist, new releases, intuitive psychic mediums, the Great Awakening, metaphysical, current events, 2020 videos for those of you who want to take a trip down memory lane and see how that all worked out. Prosperity, special report, I mean, so on and so forth. I mean, it goes on and on and on. We have really brought together the best minds out there that are coming in to entertain us, but then to break it down so simple, again, to help us on our journey called life. So this is really cool here. So also, I want to point out here for those of you who have actually said, hey, you know, I do want to have my own show. We also have a master course preview, and that's there to designed to teach all of you who would like to have your own show, or maybe even need some help in being interviewed when you are on other shows too. But let's go down a little further. I want to show you something else. So for all of you out there who have Roku, you simply need to click here and you can now watch us on Roku TV. Coming soon within the coming weeks, within probably a week or so, you'll see us on the iPhone, Apple. We're streaming everywhere. You'll be able to download the app soon on Apple. But as of right now, like I said, you can stream us anywhere there. So, and these are some examples of the topics that you're going to be watching when you do go to spirituallyraw.live. So thank you very, very much for hanging out with us as you always do. Really do hope you are having the most miracle mornings and are having the most fortunate days. And this really is bringing you a lot of value. And again, helping you on your journey called life. So thanks again, and we will see you all next time.
We'd like to share a story. While it may sound fictional, it's very real and happening right now in front of our very eyes. It's called The Great Awakening. Our sisters and brothers that come on Spiritually Raw are doing everything to help expand global consciousness, and in many cases putting everything on the line to share their messages about what's happening around the world for the greater good of humanity, while exposing the truth of the deep state and the dark forces behind it all. We are living in the most unbelievable times. Some may even say biblical, scary for many and yet exhilarating for others. Together we are taking part in getting everyone acclimated to the Great Awakening process and the exciting new discoveries that lie ahead. The sad part is many of our amazing guests are being heavily censored, socially shamed, and outright banned on many platforms for exposing the truth and piercing the veil. By becoming a viewer, you bring your powerful energy towards this global movement of other truth seekers. If you're resonating with our show, please let us know by hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, turn on the notification, and leave some comments. Together, we will turn the universal key to global harmony and create a unified world. And remember, tune in often, tell all your friends, and most importantly, may all your dreams come true. Thanks, and God bless Patriots worldwide.